I didn't think we were gonna make it.
We made it. We are. Hey.
The countdown's always tricky. I'm like, is it long enough? Oh well. Hey, what's
That
up?
10 seconds is quick.
Yeah, it goes by way fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how you doing today, dude?
I'm good. You?
Hey, it's sweater weather.
I'm doing sweater weather. It's vest weather.
There you go.
I'll do a vest.
Hey,
I can't commit to the sweater yet.
you refuse to accept that that's the weather that's going to happen. You're almost there.
I'm just yeah in my own head. Like
Yeah,
this cannot happen quite yet. I still need short sleeve shirts.
Well, I mean, underneath, right?
Dude, we already had snow last week.
I heard that. No thanks.
It was so gross. I'm over it.
Hey,
already.
Dude, just move to Texas. We don't ever get snow. Like once a year.
I know.
Maybe.
I was in Louisiana for 7 years.
Yeah, come on, ain't bad.
But had to come back. Opportunities, man. I had goals to hit. Had to take some opportunities.
Dude, that's the way it goes.
And I met you.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm not upset. Hey, not upset. You met me because you moved back to Casper to chase goals, even though I wasn't in Casper.
Yeah, up? It was a really weird combination of things that happened.
Yeah, it's enough about the weather, and our I don't even know what you want to call it. Our meeting, our serendipitous acquaintances.
Welcome to Dillon and the Doc, everybody.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? Welcome to the show. Stoked you're here.
It's going to be a good one today. I hope everybody's ready.
Jen, get out of here.
She loves the snow. I like the snow. I don't like living in the snow.
I love looking at it.
Yeah, looking at it's cool.
And it smells nice. And it sounds kind of cool to walk on. It's not cool to shovel.
Yeah.
It's not cool when the streets get icy. Whatever. I want to go back home for Christmas just so my kids can experience snow.
Yeah.
But that's it. That'll be enough snow for me for 1 year. And I won't have a driveway to shovel because it's not my driveway. I'll be in a hotel. So
hell yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, welcome to Dillon and the Doc, where relationships and recovery meet one another. We also talk a lot about goals, personal development, becoming the best version of you that you can be.
It's all about.
Did I get it all?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. We're done. Show's over. Now you know what it's about.
Done.
So yeah. Who are you?
I'm Dr. Ryan. I am a relationship expert and coach. I help men go from living lives of quiet desperation to being leaders, being confident, being the best version of themselves so that their relationship can flourish.
Confident, you say? I like that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Dillon?
Mr. Dillon, I'm Dillon Reed. I am a sobriety coach. And I take dads that suck at being dads and help them not be sucky dads by helping them get sober, helping them reclaim the best version of themselves, oftentimes becoming a better version of themselves than they were before they fell into the bottle. So that's the name of my game. How about that?
I like it. You heard it here, man. If you suck at being a dad, you feel like you suck at being a dad, you need to hop on a call with Dillon.
Yeah, for real.
Get in there. He will help you regain that non-suckiness.
Yeah. P.S. Even if you don't think you suck as a dad, if you're drinking and you think about drinking more than you think about your kids, you suck at being a dad. No matter how many milestones you're hitting, you could hit more.
If you 100%. Yeah.
So, hey, there you go.
There it is.
Yeah, I don't mean to grill you, but I'm doing it. Yeah.
Dude, jab it in there.
Dude, sometimes I don't like to really mark it on pain points, but sometimes you got to remind people like, hey, you're better than this. Your kids deserve better than this. Like everybody deserves better than what you're giving right now. So, yeah.
I don't know about you. One of the things I find to be the core problem with these guys that aren't living up to expectations of a dad or a husband or a partner is at some point they've lost confidence in themselves.
Dude,
is that something you find with people?
Yeah, because I think um, confidence and insecurity are really tied. They're
Hmm.
like bedmates for
Yeah.
sure. So yeah, I would say that 100%, dude. And then when you're trying to get sober and you keep failing, that confidence just wanes more and more and more.
Yeah.
Do you see that with people with relationships? Like they're trying to fix it, it's not working, and then it just gets worse. They
I
quit
feel like
trying.
they've lost confidence in themselves before that happened.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
And yeah, then that becomes a byproduct. So they're trying to fix their relationship. These guys are trying to fix their relationship. And in doing so, all they're doing is chasing. And while they're chasing, they're losing confidence every single step of the way. And their confidence is already low.
yeah.
So it's almost counterintuitive, but it works. You got to stop the chase. You have to step back, regain your confidence, become a better version of yourself, and things will start to fall into place from there.
100%, man. And you know what I mean? Especially if people start drinking for a lot of different reasons. I'm not going to get into like you're drinking because of trauma. I'm talking like the first time you drank.
Hmm.
Maybe it was because you were socially awkward or thought you were socially awkward, whatever it might be. If you got into drinking because of that, you just taught your brain that you're less socially awkward if you drink. So then in social situations in the future, that is the solution to the problem, right? Like that's
Yeah,
something people need to understand, like
yeah.
beyond it's a chemical addiction or whatever. Like you physically through classical conditioning conditioned yourself to go, hey, when I lack confidence in a social setting,
Yeah.
pop the top off something, crack a can, and all of a sudden I have instant confidence right there,
Hmm.
right? So I would say if that is kind of one of the prime motivators of why they drink, 100% confidence. And I see it all the time. You know, that actually is like almost my story to a T. So
Yeah,
yeah,
like so many people start doing these unhealthy things because they just want to be cool. Like that's where it begins. Like that's the cool thing to do. I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna hang out, and they never get out of that. And their confidence goes lower and lower because they're using that as a confidence booster.
totally, totally, yeah, yeah. I had a cute girl at like my 17th birthday. I drank before this, but like it's like my 17th birthday, I think, and
Hmm.
I wasn't drinking, but a bunch of my friends were, and she was like, "Why aren't you drinking like everyone else?" I was like, "Well, I want to drive later."
Yeah,
She's like, "Everyone else can drive. Don't worry about it." So then I drank because I
yeah,
wanted to like be cool, and she
yeah.
asked me why I wasn't drinking, right? Um, and then it just snowballed from there. Just
Yeah,
like,
it does. And you so when I think back on mine, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna drink because it's cool. But every time I would drink, I would do something so ridiculously stupid that it would destroy my confidence the next time. So
oh
I'd
yeah,
drink a little bit more to try to be more confident, to try to fit in even better.
oh
I'd
dude,
do some stupid shit again, make some stupid choices, and it became this revolving door of poor mistakes.
dude, my problem was that it's horrible. And like, and we're not huge on war stories, but we're telling little war stories right here.
Yeah.
Like, I would I would do something that people talked about. Like not necessarily I mean it was stupid usually, but it was like funny stupid somehow. So
Mhm.
then in my mind, it reinforced that if I drank, I became cooler because I did something that like later someone was like, "Man, dude," and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, yeah, it's me. Hey," and like
Mhm.
I got all the scars to prove it too. But that yeah, it's rough stuff, dude. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I
one of
mean,
one of the things when you're reframing your mindset, we're talking about getting your confidence back, is
yeah,
you have to individually overcome your societal conditioning.
dude, yeah,
Like that is one of the main things that's holding you back from getting this growth mindset, from getting a positive mindset is this conditioning we've had
yeah,
through the past.
yeah. Well, and I mean, one of the most destructive things we can do for our mind, we hate it, is when outwardly who we are and inwardly who we are
Yeah.
two different people. there's a lot of studies that indicate that addiction has the recovery from addiction has a
Mhm.
lot to getting those things back in line with one another.
Yeah.
Because you're at war with yourself, you know. Uh,
Well, you're at war with yourself, and you're at war with the things other people think about you.
yeah, yeah,
These external criticisms, this, oh my God, they're going to think this way about me. They're going to think that way about me. The bottom line is, who gives a shit? Who cares what these other people think about
Here comes Dr. Ryan telling it like it is.
you? Like it, you have to get into that headspace of who really cares what this person thinks about me. You and I, as creators online, we face it constantly, and there is this bridge when you're creating content of, oh my God, somebody's going to think something about this. Somebody's going to think something bad about this. Oh my God, they're going to unfollow me.
Yeah.
But you finally get to a point, which is like this winning mindset of, who really cares?
Yeah.
If they're
Yeah.
not going to follow me, they're not going to follow me.
Dude,
If they're going to say
test.
something bad, let them.
Yeah. 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 Mine's always the funeral test, man. Like, if this person will not cry at my funeral, it does not matter. It does
Yeah.
not matter what they think if they are not going to be, and I mean, truly emotionally moved by
Yeah.
my passing. If that does not occur, their opinion is not valid. Like,
No.
you know, I respect everyone's opinions, but I do not internalize opinions unless they're going to cry at my funeral.
Yeah.
Which means it's pretty much my mom, dad, my brother, my wife, my kids,
Yeah.
you know, and not my
Yeah.
kids because they're too young. I know I'm definitely not listening to their opinion. No offense, kiddos.
Like, if you think about it, you have maybe 5, 6 people in your life that are going to be that moved. Like, in the whole grand scheme of things, that's very few people that you need to
Yeah.
impress, and you don't even have to impress them because they know who you are.
Totally. I want to pop this up real quick. I just wanted some clarity from Dan on what he was talking about if that was that easy. Whatever it was that we were talking about. I apologize. We were talking about a couple different things that might have been misconstrued as easy. Yeah. So if you would let us know what it was so that we could maybe provide some clarity on, maybe it is that easy and you're just approaching it the right way.
Like, ignoring what other people think is, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally building your own confidence in
Yeah.
what you're doing, to be like, I don't give a shit what you think, whether it be drinking or your relationship or your job or your persona or how you dress. It just doesn't. You have to get to that point and say to yourself, it doesn't matter what they say.
Totally. Well, and I think I've used this on the show before, but like, if somebody tells you something, unless you have some doubt internally about that thing, it shouldn't have an effect on you anyways, because unless it's true, right?
Yeah.
If it's something that's not true, yeah, okay, yeah. If it was easy to not care and ignore what people think, we're kind of getting into that right now because we're talking about confidence. So hopefully we can kind of shed some light on some strategies on ways you might be able to do that. Yeah, like if somebody says you have green hair and you don't have green hair, it literally doesn't matter.
No.
Like, it doesn't matter. You're like, whatever, right? So anytime that someone says something that sways you and moves you, that's a place you need to work. That's an opportunity for growth, right? Because become the expert in the things that you do, and people can't say anything about what you're doing. Like, it's like, you know what you're talking about, therefore they have no input they can add that matters, right?
Yeah.
I know it doesn't. Go ahead. No, you.
Oh, I was going to say, you have to have so much confidence in your decisions because you have a very vivid picture of what your future looks like.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. Nobody else is living that life. They don't know what's going on. Who gives a shit what they think? If you have confidence in your decision making and what your decision holds and what it brings to you and your progress forward and your goals and your vision, it doesn't matter what the other people think.
Totally. But you know what what it is like, in life we are just constantly chasing status changes, which isn't really a bad thing. Like, we are wired to chase
Yeah.
from the get-go. Like you were either going to chase something on the plains or you're going to chase a goal. Like you are going to chase, right? So we're chasing status changes, and what we want is status changes that make us better to the world around us. That's why we get concerned about everyone's opinions, because we're trying to navigate what they think of our decision and what impact that has on our status, right?
Yeah.
But if you can get to a point where the only status changes that matter are the internal status changes, and you know you're going where you're going, it doesn't matter what they think.
Yeah, I love
Right.
that. Like, if you have a clear enough vision of your life, nothing else really matters. No matter what somebody says, it has zero effect on how you move forward, because
Totally.
you know that's what you need to do.
Totally.
And that's where the confidence in your decisions comes from. It comes from within, like you're saying, and not from external forces, people talking to you, friends, family. We'll talk about that when I do the life audit, when we talk about friends.
Yeah. Like Jen said, it's very freeing when you tune out external criticism.
Dude, it is. It
That's
is.
it.
It's like the weight of the world is lifted off your shoulders when you stop listening to what other people are saying.
Yeah. Yeah. And nobody has to live your life but you.
No.
Like right now, I got sober for my kids. I don't care what anybody says. Like, I don't care what they say. You have to do it for you. I got years under my belt at this point, completely founded on that, man. I stay sober for my kids. So you going to tell me that my experience is invalid? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, you can, but oh, you're not actually an alcoholic then? Oh, okay, sure. Cute, buddy. Like, it's just like, we are so, realistically, you should be so busy on what you're doing, you don't even have time to criticize somebody else anyways. And it's the people that aren't doing shit that have something to say about what you're doing anyways.
Yeah.
I don't have time to go up to somebody in my area of expertise and tell them they're doing it wrong, because like I'm busy doing it. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry. Like, whatever.
Yeah. You have to get to that point, and I got to that point during my PhD. I'm not in competition with anybody except myself.
Amen.
They aren't my competition. I'm so far ahead of them, it doesn't matter what they are doing.
Yeah.
I'm competing with myself tomorrow.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. And preparing to be a better version of myself tomorrow today. Like, that's all you could do.
Yeah.
All you should do. If you are, I wouldn't say could do. If it was all we could do, then we'd all be doing it right. But it is what you should be doing.
Chasing yourself every day. Yesterday's gone and tomorrow's too late. You only have today.
Yeah. I always think of like racing video games where you can like see a ghost of your last lap to see if you're ahead or behind what you're doing last. And I do that like quite literally when I run, because I'm always trying to go faster than I did last time, improve somehow in the gym, try to do better with my kids. That's the benchmark I care about the most at this point in my life. Is I watch how they're behaving emotionally, because the way they behave emotionally is a direct reflection of how I am treating them and teaching them emotionally to behave. So the more calm they are is an indicator of how calm I am. And the more calm I am, the happier I am. So it's just like, how did I do today? Look at them. They're this perfect little mirror of how I did. I'm like, cool, I did good today. And then there's days where I'm like, shit, I did something wrong. Yeah.
You that once you get to that place, Jen, of I'm competing with myself, things become so much clearer. Like, there's no competition out there for me. I'm not competing with those people. It's only me.
Yeah.
It's me today.
Yeah. And I think too, like, even the other thing to recognize is, even if you guys are in the same arena, right?
Yeah.
You're still only competing against yourself, because it's not a blood sport. Like,
no.
Even if you were in some sort of sales position and you're both selling the same product, you're still not in competition with one another, because their customers are going to be attracted to you as an individual if you're being your authentic self. and not to that person, and vice versa.
100%. Yeah.
I mean, we haven't needed to compete with one another for a very long time, but we still do it. But we don't need to do that.
Yeah.
It's just the reality.
Yeah.
So,
Man, build your confidence so strong that you are the only person competing in that sphere. You're just competing against yourself. And that's kind of brings it full circle with the confidence thing. It comes with confidence. It comes with time. It comes with experience that you're only competing with yourself. But once you can get to that place, man, the confidence is so liberating.
Yeah. You can trust yourself.
You trust yourself and you see your future really clear in what you're going to achieve.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. The only times and it's still, I'm sober, not perfect, right? Like there are the days that I'm out of alignment with what I had planned are the only days that hurt or don't feel good.
Yeah.
And they're days that honestly remind me of when I couldn't trust myself. So it's like, oh shit, like I have to ask myself, because I did, what was it? I did something the other day. I wish I could remember the exact example because I'd like to be more concrete, but I did something and my wife had asked me like what I thought of it. And I was like, the problem is that this is the beginning of a bad habit, like the beginning of another bad habit. It's not that it's a slip or a trip or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember, but, because she was like, why are you beating yourself up about it? I was like, because this is how these things start. Like, do you want ants? This is how you get ants. Like this is literally what it's like. And we don't think about how one seemingly innocuous, minuscule choice can lead to becoming an alcoholic, or any of those things. Like, it was just like, it was just a thing I did. Well, it's then a thing you did twice, and then a thing you did 3 times, and then 1,000, right?
Dude, even things like not going to the gym one day,
bro.
Dude, it turns into then 2 days. Oh, I did it yesterday. Like I said, yesterday's gone. Tomorrow's too late. You only have today. Oh, I'll just go tomorrow. And then now you're 2 days out of the gym and you can tell you're feeling like shit. You're not your best. You're not the best version of yourself. And it's because of that micro decision to just not suffer a little bit.
Yep. Yeah. Well, the thing, like, because we're talking about confidence here. And I think I really like that you kind of brought the gym into it. I don't even want, I want people to think of the gym as an activity that is habitual. It doesn't have to be the gym. It could be walking every day. It could be reading every day. It could be anything that you're doing that you don't want to do, specifically that you don't want to do every day.
Yeah.
Because that is where we form the discipline. That's where we get grit. That's where we get the mental toughness and fortitude to make hard decisions in the future, thus building your confidence to compete against yourself. It's like I'm running and I go, well, if I take a left here, it shortens my course by this amount and I get home sooner, right? But that's not the plan I had. But I would be lying to you if I didn't say that frequently while running, if my mind doesn't try to convince me to just take the short route home, even though that's not the plan. But then that decision to take the long route, then getting home and going, oh, I conquered that. I'm not dead. Everything's good. Builds my confidence to then the next difficult decision that I have where my brain tries to say, let's take the shortcut. I go, nah, buddy, like you already did a hard thing. You could do another hard thing. Like it'll be okay. And I was only competing with myself in all of those things. There was nobody else running beside me, right?
No, the gym is the perfect example because it's where so many people struggle.
Yeah.
You can think of other things, but in the relationship with yourself, the gym is the hardest one because you have to be willing to suffer. It does. It's not fun every day.
Yeah. No.
But you have to go, even if you know it's going to be a really shitty gym session. Even if you know you're only going to get a couple reps in here and there, you still have to go because it's building that muscle memory of, I got to go. And this is where I think you and I agree on the BS nature of motivation.
Hmm.
you're not going to be motivated. You have to be disciplined in becoming the best version of yourself possible day in and day out.
Yeah. Yeah. When you have a motivated day, that's a good day
Yeah.
because you don't have to buckle down to make it happen.
Yeah.
But that's not every day. Like that's
No.
like maybe 50% of the days. Eh,
Oh, man.
unless you're not, I don't even think there's an unless, man. Like, I want to be clear. Like, it's not like I go to the gym and 100 on a bad day. Okay, we're gonna use a bad day as an example, like a
Yeah.
day where I get up in the morning and I'm like, I do not want to do this because those happen. Like,
Yeah.
definitely those happen. So on a bad day where I wake up, I've decided I don't want to go to the gym first thing in the morning. That's not all day. And it's not even the whole gym session. Like you can
No.
break through that barrier and then it's not really that big of a deal, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to make clear like when we're saying that because motivation comes from taking action. Like it's action first, motivation second. So
Yeah.
if you do get up, do the thing, it will carry you through. Like just showing up is half the battle.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
Like,
And like it was this morning, perfect example. Alarm went off. I was like, oh God, I could just lay here for a few more hours, not go to the gym, not do it.
sleep.
And every ounce of my being was like, oh, you don't have to go do this. But that discipline kicked in. I was like, no, you have to.
Dude, yeah,
You are not going to let yourself fail today.
totally.
Get into that self talk. You have to be that disciplined of, I am going to do this. I am going to stay on track. I am going to be the best version of myself, even if that means going and doing this. But guess what? Got a few reps in, looked in the mirror. I was like, I see results.
There you go.
I started, that motivation kicked in after, a couple reps.
Yeah.
I would say probably 15 minutes into the gym session.
Perfect. Yeah. And then it's a coast from there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. From there. And then you get home, you get back into the routine, and the day's good.
Yeah. Totally. Total routine. Also, I
Yeah.
love that note right there. We were designed to do that. So if your routine is to do, again, you do not have to be a gym rat. We're just using it as an example because it is one that many people take and many people struggle with, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if the routine is to go to the gym, you miss it once, you miss it. You miss it the second time, your routine is now to not go to the gym.
Yeah.
It's the opposite.
Yeah.
And if you've spent
Yeah.
more time not going to the gym,
100%.
like most people, which is even myself included, I go to the gym quite a bit, but I've still, if you counted every day I've been alive, most days I did not go to the gym. So it is really easy to slip back into the not go to the gym habit because my brain is wired to not go to the gym.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe for your program, people don't have to be gym rats. In my program, people are going to be gym rats. They are going to be in there a minimum of 5 days a week doing something.
I make them exercise just 20 minutes daily, non-negotiable. Man, my problem is that not everybody's into it. Like that's just it. But I want everybody to get sober, so I don't want to end up excluding a group of people from it. I don't know. Maybe I should because
I
that's
just
what
know.
I do.
I just know how important that is to building your confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, the first month, maybe you're going to see some change in yourself. The second month, other people are going to start seeing the change. The third month, people are going to start asking you, how the hell did you do this? Like, it's going to be such a big transformation, such a confidence boost that you're going to be taking better steps each and every day to maintain that, to hold on to it, because you look good, you feel good, and you're doing better in life.
Totally.
And that all stems from building confidence through how you feel.
Totally. Yeah. Well, so then I remember, I'm going to tie these in both as quickly as possible. I can remember what the concrete example was.
Okay.
It was on Sunday.
Mhm.
I went and got the kids donuts, and I don't eat donuts. Like, guys, I'm pretty disciplined about the things I do.
Yeah.
I have a very specific meal plan I follow 99.999% of the time. I eat right within my macro range. I have it set up before the week starts and it's in the fridge. So that's another pro tip right here for anything you're doing. If you prepare for tomorrow today, it makes the decision tomorrow easier.
Yeah.
So the meal prep's in there so that I don't have the option. I mean, I have the option, but it's easier to just grab the prepared meal than to like go get a cheat meal or something, right? Like I don't need a cheeseburger for quick and easy. I already have it. But I ate some donuts and I started like feeling guilty about it. And I was telling my wife about it. She's like, well, why? I mean, why are you beating yourself up about this? Like, because like, I don't do this. Like, that's why, because this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what I just did. And, I worked through it because like, I don't think I can't guilt myself into who I want to be. So I had to like move through it and accept like, okay, why am I feeling this? These kinds of things. But the thing I'm trying to say here is like, it is about making disciplined decisions to build that confidence, right? And making these changes that other people can see. So to tie into the second part, like Ryan's talking about people seeing it, is I ran a 5K a couple weeks ago, and I had some neighbors of mine that were like, man, how much weight have you lost? And I'm going, like, I don't see it in the way that people outside me see it, right? I see the scale. I know that there were some changes made, but I didn't think visibly that like people would ever come up to me and be like, yeah, dude, you've lost a lot of weight. Because that's what they said. I mean, underneath it, they asked, how much did you lose? But what they were saying is like, wow, how much weight did you lose? I'm like, I didn't think I had that much weight to lose. But it's because I haven't been eating those donuts with the kids every weekend. As to why that happened. Like, they're delicious. They're just calorically dense and not with the right macros.
It's those small decisions.
Yeah. It was like, I guess I've had 3 donuts in the last 3 months. I'll be okay. Not a big deal. Whereas before it would have been like 3 donuts every Sunday. So, that adds up. Because Sunday's also not a gym day. So it adds up.
Dude, and that's like even drinking and me, I started listening to you about the health effects of drinking because I do have a drink on the weekend sometimes.
Yeah.
But once I cut that back, the results in the gym jumped exponentially. I didn't feel like I was working towards nothing. I could see results really, really quickly. I felt the results. I saw the results. It was awesome. Yeah. So now it's like when I am going to have a drink, it's like, do I really not want to see those results again? Or do I want to see myself crushing it in the gym? And it's 9 times out of 10, it's like, no, I want to go to the gym, crush it, feel good, look good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have a drink tonight. I'm just going to drink my water, drink my carbonated water, whatever it is, and watch a show and go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah. But honestly, that's what the donut thing was about. And I even talked through that with my wife. I was like, the thing is like all these feelings I'm having about having these couple donuts is indicative of the exact same behavior and the same mentality I was experiencing in my drinking. Because it was like, it wasn't 1 donut. It was like 3. It was like, let's go ham. It wasn't just have 1 and like, that's good. It was like, I want more. And it feels the exact same. And I'm just like, no, this is how it starts, and I could have easily the next day. And my brain even tried to, it was like, hey, there's some snacks in the closet. And I'm like, no, dude, no, get out of here. Go away. Yeah. So this isn't a cute or perfect segue, but we are getting into the show quite a bit, and I don't want you to miss out on the life audit opportunity unless you want to shelve it. It's up to you.
No, we can go through it. I got my little workbook right here ready for everybody.
Perfect, dude. Yeah. Cause I was like, I'm looking at the time and I'm going, man, I don't want to cut that out of the show.
I think it's a good segue, and you'll see how I word this to people because I really take a no BS approach. Because my program that I've designed is not for people who are weak or people who are indecisive.
Yeah,
you have to cut through the nonsense and actually take control of your life, and you do it through this because we're building your confidence.
Totally.
So this is sectioned off into sections. The first one is called dominating your domain, and there's 3 things under it. We have the career crusher, intelligence domination, and health havoc. So the first thing in this life audit, and we're finding holes in your life with this life audit where we can be more successful.
Yeah.
And I suggest everybody do this.
Because you all have areas you could improve, I promise you.
Everybody does. Everybody has an area of life they can improve on.
I'm talking to me.
So the first one is the career crusher checklist. So I ask all my clients, I'm like, hey, we need to rate your job satisfaction, your current job satisfaction on a scale of 1 to 10. Where is it at? And once you figure that out, then you need to list 3 career goals and ask yourself, are you crushing them or are you being crushed? And that's where people have a hard time being real and honest with themselves, is saying, I don't really have career goals. I'm absolutely being crushed by my career right now. How do I get out of it? Well, we set a goal for that. We get real with ourselves. The second one is intelligence domination. So I want you to write down a skill or a knowledge that you have neglected in your life. And then answer this question: how are you going to conquer it? How are you going to conquer that skill? Number 3 is a health havoc assessment. So no bullshit. Grade your physical health from an A to an F. Like, I don't know about you, but this is a hard one to be real with.
Like F as in fantastic?
F as in failure.
Well, and I real quick, that's one thing, like, as you're talking through those, it's like there's this really hard line that we have to learn between being honest with ourselves and being overly critical of ourselves, you know? Because it's like,
You have to toe that line, though.
totally.
You have to
totally,
be honest and you have to be critical.
Totally. Yeah, because it's like you should always rate your physique as a B. Like, because you could always be faster, you could always be stronger, right? And I think about that even in your career. You know, like you look at people like the Bezos of the world and the Bransons and all of these people, like if they would have taken this assessment and gone like, yeah, I'm an A on that, I've already reached my career goals, like they wouldn't own $1 billion company in like 400 different companies underneath that, right? So we had like, and I don't mean to take away from you, because like I love this and I agree, but I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page there, I guess is what I was doing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I think we are.
Yeah.
People, it is so important to be critical, not overly critical, and be super 100% honest with yourself when you're rating your career satisfaction and when you're rating your physical health.
Totally.
Like if I took everything into account, I would probably rate my physical health a C right now. And that's something I'm working towards.
Okay. Yeah.
Working towards giving up nicotine. I'm working on making sure I'm in the gym 7 days a week, working on making sure I'm getting some cardio in there, because I absolutely hate cardio.
Yes.
But I know how important it is. Drinking's down. I'm making sure I'm eating better.
Yep.
But there are things I'm working on, which is why I give myself a C.
Totally. Yeah. Well, I just love that, because it is like, if I had a client come through and he was like, A, I'd be like, well, I guess we're done here then. You're done. You're better.
But here's the thing. If they say A, I guarantee if you start talking through the things, they're not an A.
Oh, yeah.
There's always something they can improve on.
For sure.
They just don't want to be honest. And that's a huge indicator. I don't want to be honest with myself. I'm an A. I'm fantastic. No, you're not, man. I can see through the screen.
Why are you here?
Why are you here? Okay, so next we have section 2. And when we talked about friends earlier, this is where it's going to get into it. So we have the family kingdom analysis. So I want you to rate your relationships with family members. Then I want you to ask yourself this: is there anyone draining your energy? Who is it and how are they draining your energy? Then next we have friendship firepower. So list your closest friends. And then I want you to ask yourself, are they a winner or are they a whiner?
Oh,
Do they make excuses? Do they cry about things, or are they actually taking steps to be better versions of themselves? And then the romantic acquisition challenge. I want you to grade your relationship, your romantic relationship. Where are the weak links and how are you going to strengthen them? Take extreme accountability here. Don't place the blame, and that's what I'm looking for. Are you going to place blame on your partner, or are you going to take accountability for your actions in how the relationship has progressed? That's a hard one for people.
yeah.
Um,
Accountability.
oh, yeah. Oh, they're doing this, they're doing this. Cool. Why? What did you do?
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you've done something down the line that has fostered that behavior.
Yeah. Or allowed it. Even just allowed it.
Yeah,
Like
or allowed it. Yeah.
Like it's you not even provoked. You've permitted it. Right.
Dan, if you feel like you're the one doing the draining on your family and friends through your drinking, that is the first step, taking accountability.
Amen.
And now that, you know how to fix it.
Yeah. Or at least where to start.
Next up is section 3, which is a financial fortress. So, income gladiator. Your income, is it a trickle or a tidal wave? And then I want you to list 2 ways that you can increase your cash flow. If you don't have 2 ways, I can guide you in finding them. There are things all around you to make money. The internet has made making money very easy.
Yes.
It just takes a little bit of time and some effort.
Yep.
And then a budget battle plan. So break down your monthly spending, any leaks in your financial ship. So where are the leaks? Where's your money going? Are you ordering food out? And a big part of my program is getting the family back around the dinner table, because I think that is where so many families are breaking down. We're not eating at the dinner table anymore. We're not having these conversations about the day. It's having a huge impact on our kids, raising them and making sure they're the best versions of themselves moving forward. Setting a good example.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're ordering out all the time, there's probably some other effects that are happening there.
Yeah.
If you're constantly out buying beer, that's a leak in your ship.
Yep.
If you're whatever, we can find the leaks. But the big thing is that we're looking for them and we're looking at our monthly spending.
Yep.
The next one is values and beliefs blueprint. So the values victory lap, I want you to list your top 3 values. Are these values guiding your decisions? Or are you allowing other people to guide your decisions? Huge difference there. And then the beliefs breakdown. I want you to identify a limiting belief. I want you to crush it. And then what is your new empowering belief? And then we have leisure and legacy. So the hobby's heroic pursuit. I want you to write down your hobby or passion and when will you make time for it. Then there's leisure laser focus. How do you relax? And here's the kicker. I want you to tell me if it's recharging you or if it's wasting your time. So how you relax, I relax by going to the gym. I relax by doing things around the house. I relax by learning. Those are my relaxations. They're actually empowering me. I'm not relaxing by sitting on my phone. I'm not relaxing by watching TV or playing video games or getting pissed drunk.
Yeah.
Like every second of my day is towards making me a better person. Even leisure activity. And then we have society's gladiator. Are you contributing to society and how will you make an impact? What is your contribution to society? We are a social creature. You should be doing something to better society in some way. And then long-term legacy. So I want you to paint a picture of your future. What exactly are you building? And this helps people identify what their vision is for the future, because 99% of people don't have a vision for the future. It's, oh, I'm going to go to work tomorrow, come home, and it's this repetitive BS that they get into. There's no vision for the future. Like, what are you working towards?
Totally.
And then your habits. It's called the habits hammer. I want you to list 3 positive habits that you're going to adopt, and what's your plan to make them stick. This goes back to some of my stuff. I'm going to stop the nicotine. How am I going to do that? Right now, I'm cutting back every single day, and I'm measuring it. I'm making sure I'm going to the gym. I'm eating better. How am I doing that? I am meal prepping. I have my breakfast ready for me. I have my lunch ready for me. And I have stuff in the fridge that I'm going to make for dinner. That's how I'm going to achieve it. Then reflect and react. So I want you to reflect on a recent success. How are you going to replicate it? And then what's the next step in your journey? Lay out a super bold plan for what your life looks like. And then at the end of it, we create an action plan. This is where clients commit to being true champions of their life. The action plan is a daily breakdown of the things you're going to do that we just did in this entire life audit that are going to get you further into the next step. 5 a.m. I'm in the gym. 6 a.m. I'm having coffee and breakfast. 7 a.m. I'm in the office. 8 a.m. I'm meditating. Like, your whole day is broke down and pushing you forward and projecting that confidence, that success into the future. So that's how I run people through a life audit from beginning to end. And this is where their confidence just goes through the roof, because they have micro wins every single day. And it's not so much that it's overwhelming, it's just enough to keep you motivated, to keep you driven, and to keep you moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if yours looks similar. In your program, Dillon, but
I have 6 different areas that we look at: relationship to self, relationship to community, relationship to others, career, finance, and health. So I mean, yeah, it looks pretty similar, really. If you break it down.
Yeah, so it's very similar.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, iterations on a theme, right?
Yeah.
We're both just trying to improve the individual so that they make smarter choices. It becomes easier to make smarter choices, right?
Yeah. Dan had that comment down there. I want to tell Dan, do a life audit. It will be probably the single most transformative thing you do in your journey to making sure you're not draining on anyone.
Totally. Yeah, he just walked you through it too.
Yeah, and I just
watch the replay.
Yeah, you can watch the replay. You can go through it. You can make stuff happen.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's the key. What you said, to make stuff happen. Like, actually take action. Don't just do the audit and then like I know what I need to do now. Like, okay, then do it.
Everybody says that. I know what I need to do. My question is, why aren't you doing it then? Oh, I don't have the motivation. No shit. I don't have motivation most days. It's the discipline that gets me through it.
Totally. Yeah. Well, I think it's interesting because some of us are just really strange. We make just very strange, seemingly irrational choices from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
The issue, though, is that inside, it's rational. It makes perfect sense on some level to the individual. And what my job as a coach, and yours also, is figuring out, like, why is it that you're making irrational choices? How do we drag that out of you? How do you say it to yourself without me telling you it? And then you can move forward, right?
Yeah. How and why are you rationalizing this shitty behavior?
Totally. Yeah. It's like, I was talking about the 3 donuts thing, right? Like,
yeah,
I know people that pay, $1,000 for a coach to handle nutrition and fitness that still will eat the donuts.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, they gave you a nutrition plan. And I know this because I'm friends with health coaches. It's like they told you, they gave you a prescription of what to do. You paid
Yeah.
them money to tell you exactly what to do, and you're still choosing not to do it. Choosing not to do it. It's so crazy. So it's like, well, okay, where is that coming from? Like, why are you sabotaging yourself? Like, why did you spend money on this thing? Why do we get gym memberships and not go?
What I've found a lot, because I'll give my clients, I give these guys a basic meal prep for 7 days. Like, you can make changes, you can do whatever you want. I give them a basic 7-day workout plan. And they still, oh, I don't know what to do at the gym. Oh, it takes too much time to meal prep this. It is excuse after excuse after excuse. And once you take away those excuses, dude, it takes 1 hour to meal prep for an entire week.
Totally.
1 hour on a Sunday. That's all you need. Let's go back and audit your Sundays. What are you doing Sunday?
Yep.
If you can strip, because I guarantee they have an hour. I guarantee it. They're either on TikTok or Instagram, or they're watching TV, or they're drinking beer, or they're doing some other BS. Let's take an hour of that, move it to some good habit, which is meal prepping, get you set up for success, like you said, during the week. So we've taken away all those excuses. Now you just grab it out of the fridge, you eat it, you're done.
Totally. Yeah. Well, that's exactly it. So it's like two of like the guiding philosophies of my program is like balance is bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, dude, your Sunday might not be a day where you get to have fun.
Yeah.
Like that's okay. Like, that's the thing. And the other thing is the end of excuses. Like you can't, you made it, speaking specifically to my target audience and, my clients, is that you've made 1,000 or more excuses before you've come to me, because you made an excuse every single time you drank until you're just currently deciding, working on not drinking. So it's like the excuses just have to stop. It's not everyone's favorite thing when I have to peel back the mask and like, oh, there it is. There's the bullshit,
Yeah.
But you have to get to that point where we go, what I want is so important to me that the excuses fall away.
Yeah.
Like that's I think that's what you're getting at with the, having the vision for the future. It's like you create this why as to why you're doing the things that you're doing that is so damned important to you, whether it's like emotionally or physically important to you, that it becomes easy to make those choices, like easier.
Yeah.
Easier.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Easier.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I love your life audit. It's perfect. It's snappy, streamlined.
Right there. Boom, boom, boom. And
Yeah.
I want everybody to know this, the whole idea behind a life audit is just to figure out how we can get you moving in a positive direction in a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you need to be real honest with yourself, honest and a little bit critical when you go through it, to make sure that you're not leaving anything out, that the excuses are gone.
Yep.
You have to be ready to strip those excuses from yourself and say, okay, enough is enough, which is why most people, like when they come to you or when they come to me, they've made so many excuses. They're sick of the excuses. They just don't know how to stop making excuses.
Totally. I would agree with that. I totally agree with that.
And I think a life audit is a really clear way to start stripping that down.
Yeah. Yeah. Enough of the bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
hey, what is it? What does this actually look like in your life? Yeah. I mean, earlier you'd mentioned time, and I think, and we were talking previously, like you're going to have them go to the gym for sure. I was saying, just have them like exercise for 20 minutes. And that's probably the primary reason that I, in my program specifically, did 20 minutes. Cause it was like, no matter what excuse they have, people in addiction are legendarily good at coming up with excuses.
Yeah.
It's like it's less than the TV show you're going to watch on Netflix
Yeah.
tonight. Like I'm asking you to not watch whatever you were going to watch and just go for a walk. Like
Yeah.
it's not a big ask. I'm thinking that I might have him transition to the gym. We'll see.
My
Might steal that from you.
my thing with the gym is gyms are so inexpensive now. $10 a month, you can get a membership.
Yep.
Here's the thing: you go to Planet Fitness, they have workouts on their app.
Yeah.
They show you how to do each machine on the app. If you don't know,
Yep.
They show you when is the best time to go when there's not very many people there. Like everything is done for you. You just have to take the time to say, I'm going, and go.
Yeah. Well,
and nobody can say they
it.
don't have an hour a day. I'm sorry.
Man, I don't mean to use my kids as an excuse, but like, guys, I have 4 children, okay, between the ages of 10 months and almost 8 years old. And I have time. Like,
Yeah.
And I still take care of spending time with my wife, and I cook dinners. I mean, that's like, I cannot take excuses from people because I'm like, dude, I can't. Like, it's not valid. I'm not validating your excuse parking ticket. Like, it's just not a thing. Like, no. We all have the time because we have so much more time for leisure today than historically we have for a while because so much of our lives are automated at this point.
Yeah, like if you did a time audit of your life, even if you had 8 hours of sleep, you still have 16 hours in the day. I guarantee those 16 hours aren't all taken up by something that is moving you forward into your vision for the future.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, even if you were working 12 hours a day, which that is not most people for the record, like it's not, okay? Even if you were though, you still have 4 hours to do stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's left to do? Eat food and hygiene are the 2 required things.
Yeah.
And that's not going to take you 4 hours. Like,
no, you have 30 minutes to go to the gym, 45. Yeah. You have time to spend with your wife.
Yep.
You have time to pay attention to your kids.
Yep.
And honestly, you probably still have 30 minutes for a little bit of leisure.
Well, dude, and that's honestly it. That's it. So we talked about this. Like, I'm all about personal development. I'm all about coaches. I'm about courses. I'm about all those things. That's how I've gotten to be where I am today.
Yeah.
Like, in a recent course I've been working on, it's talking about eliminating all these time wasters, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't think about this, but okay, statistically, like 70% of the people go to the bathroom, they take their phone with them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gross, not gross, don't care. That's just the reality, right? That then lengthens the amount of time you're spending in the bathroom because you have your phone with you. And that now becomes a part of what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
You start removing that, minutes start adding up. You don't take your phone with, like, I treat my phone, if I'm not working, it's a landline. It has become a landline. I plug it in, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And you realize, like, you're just leaking time into all these different things throughout the day, right? Oh, my favorite.
Need a drink. 2 months ago was perfect. Now my wife is back on her same BS. If you missed the beginning of the show, man, start working on yourself. Do a life audit. Don't chase. Be a leader in the relationship. Take ownership of your contribution to the problems in the relationship and fix them.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, that's actually one of the tenets of my program is like, don't make amends, just own your shit.
Yeah.
Own your shit and then let whatever come what may, like, you maybe say sorry if you're a jackass, right? But like, you have to take care of you.
Yeah.
Period. And part of it is, fessing up to your stuff.
That's awesome. Keep working, keep changing.
Excellent.
And don't use that as an excuse. Nothing is good enough no matter what. Eventually it will be. You got to focus on you, brother.
Yeah. And, you know, if literally no matter what you did, including moving heaven and earth, doesn't solve the relationship issue, then there's a way to solve it. Not the one that any of us want for anybody. But
become a leader in your relationship. Part of that, like if you're saying you need a drink, well, I need you to do something. I need you to get a hold of Dillon, and I need you to not have that drink, because that is leading to a lot of the other problems.
Totally. Well, dude, Otha, I'm sorry you came in on the tail end, man. I do have a client session coming up. We've been on for an hour, and it is time for the
watch the replay, Otha. Do the live
audit. For real.
If you want to do it live in person, let me know.
Yeah. We'll be live again next Wednesday at noon Central. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Hey, shameless plugs. Send us an email, for real.
Yeah.
If you've got questions, comments, concerns, any of that stuff, we'd love to hear from you. And yeah, that's it.
That's it.
I think that's the show. What do you think?
Thanks everybody. Appreciate y'all. Stay on the
Yeah.
straight and narrow. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.
All righty.
Later.
See ya.